All right, folks, special guest on the line. He has to be the tallest super middleweight out there and the youngest, Mr. Diego Pacheco.
What's up, brother?
What up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Good.
Great, man. Thanks for joining us. So much to touch on. Big night for you all on the 17th. I just noticed, that you're fighting a Puerto Rican fighter. I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm hoping that you take it a little easy on him, you know what I mean, and don't punish him so much. But no, on a serious note, though, sometimes I forget that you're only 21 years old. There's so much ahead of you. You're fighting on such a big stage, Triple G Canelo trilogy. Do you really take the time to really understand the moments that you're in? Do you appreciate them? Or are you just so tunnel vision driven that you're just trying to get to the goal and don't appreciate the moment?
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I'm just so locked in and so focused on doing what I have to do that I don't even stop to think about where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Just so focused on training, focusing on being the best boxer that I can be, that I don't even think about, the last time on the Canelo Triple G2, that's the day that I signed my contract to be with Matt, so that brought back a lot of memories, when I found that I was gonna be on that number 3. But like you said, man, sometimes I'm just so focused that I don't even realize that I'm fighting on the biggest stage, on the biggest show of the year. And, it's just a blessing. When I do think about it, I'm just grateful and trying to take full advantage of all these opportunities.
Well, number 2 was a close fight, even though it was Canelo pushing Triple G back. Triple G landed a lot of jabs. Who do you think is going to win the third one?
I think Canelo will probably take the third one again. I'm a big Triple G fan. He's a great fighter, but honestly, I think he's a little old now. Past his prime, and I think, of course, it's still going to be a great fight. GGG is a hell of a fighter, hell of experience, but I see Canelo coming out on top of this one. Has
either of them ever called you for sparring?
Canelo has, I was a part of Canelo's camp for a Callum Smith fight.
Wow.
I was supposed to be on that undercard too, but I ended up getting sick. Being out there in San Diego, the weather was a little different, and ended up getting sick. And I remember I got in trouble because I didn't want to tell anyone I was sick because I wanted to fight on that card. But that was when COVID was around, so they were all like, damn, you could have got Canelo sick and things like that. But I didn't think about that. I just wanted to fight.
Wow.
But I was great.
How do you rate Canelo's power after sparring with him?
He's hella strong, crazy strong. Probably one of the strongest persons I've ever been in the ring with. He's even just like parrying and blocking his jabs and stuff. It's like, damn, it just feels like a rock.
Yeah. All right, listen. Who inspired you to fight? Like, what fighters do you pick stuff up from? Because at your size, you're not a typical fighter. Most guys in your weight class are a lot shorter, more compact. You have a lot of length and size. So who's some of the guys that you look at and say, man, I want to do things like that guy?
Honestly, as a kid, I watched boxing, but not too much. I feel like never really picked anything from anyone. And more of guys who were in the gym with me. Like I said, my first coach, I feel like my style comes like from his style. He was a boxer. He was tall like me. He used his jab a lot. He used his legs a lot. And I feel like that's what I picked up. And then as I got older, then I started looking at other guys. Like one guy who I look at a lot is David Benavidez. Obviously, my style is nothing like his, but I try to pick up little things that he does, and sometimes they work for me. And honestly, man, I feel like a lot of people haven't seen all the things that I do in the ring, because I haven't done them in actual fights, like the things that I do in sparring. And that's one thing that I always get mad at myself for. Like, damn, these people don't even see everything that I'm capable of, and they're already, thinking that I'm doing pretty good, which is,
The best way to show somebody is to fight, a bigger name, or somebody who, is a more closer fight to them, thinking that maybe you'll lose. Is there a prospect out there? I know David Morrell has 7 fights, but he's basically past that prospect terminology now. So is there a prospect out there that you see and you like, what, I need to fight him so I can show these guys who I am?
Honestly, man, there's so many names out there. There's a lot of big names that I know the fights are gonna be made pretty soon. There's a lot of guys in the UK. Like what was that? Sniper the Boss. I forget his real name. But he's from the UK. He's a great fighter. I know he's only like 12-0 around the same fights I have. He's a great name. Who's another
name? Is that Shishkin? No.
Nah. I know he's with Eddie Hearn, but I can't remember his name. Who else? Edgar Berlanga, Morel, like you said. Who else? There's so many names out there. Even like Gongora.
Oh, that's a good fight.
Guys like that, yeah. Those are fights that are for sure going to be made in the near future, and that's what I'm in the sport for. I want to, of course, you can't come in and start fighting all these guys at an early age. You know what I'm saying? You gotta also be smart with your career. You only get one career, and that's it.
I think that's smart. I think that's smart, but sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to know before you go further, you mentioned Edgar Berlanga. You said, you want to be pushed properly in your career. Are you at that stage where you can get in the ring with Edgar Berlanga right now, or a little bit before that?
I think maybe like 3. I'd say like 3 more fights, and then I'd be ready for any of those guys that I named. Mm-hmm. I still haven't went a full like 8 rounds. I think 7 rounds is the most I've been. Mm-hmm. So I think get a few more rounds with guys who can last longer than 5 rounds with me, and then I'd be ready and willing to fight any of those guys.
Now, look, Devin Haney is the youngest boxer, champion in boxing now, 23 years old. If I'm not mistaken, you're only 21. Are you at your pace? Do you want to get to the point where you're the youngest champion in boxing within the next, year and a half or so?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I feel like I'm only like 3-4 fights away from being able to contend for a title or a big fight, even if it's not for a title. So yeah, definitely, I feel like in a year and a half, I'd be 22 and a half, 23. I feel like then I'd be ready for anybody.
Yeah. All right. So, a lot of times what gives a fighter confidence is who they spar.
Yeah.
During sparring, so was there a time where you sparred Canelo? You was like, wow, I'm okay. Look what I just landed on him.
Yeah, honestly, for sure. I remember they told me I was only gonna do like 3 rounds, and then I did 3 rounds and looked really good. Like Canelo was having a hard time getting to me because of my legs and the way I was moving. So then they're like, oh, 1 more, and then I look good again, and 1 more, and just 1 more, and I was like,
he wanted to keep going.
How many rounds?
Until he landed shots.
How many rounds?
I think we did 6. We did 6, and then
was Bevo there watching you? Because I think that's what happened.
Might have been. Yeah, and then I remember then they threw in the Cuban Flash. Yeah. And then he did, I think, like 2 or 3, and then they threw me back in.
Dang.
Yeah. So that for sure made me feel good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also, working with like David Benavidez, same thing. There's I'm in camp with David, and there's obviously other sparring partners, and they're all getting knocked out. And I'm in there. They're asking me to go more rounds. So obviously, that for sure boosts my confidence a lot.
Wow.
You mentioned that maybe another 2 or 3 fights you'll be ready to get in the ring with Berlanga, but boxing doesn't always work out like that. You can try to lay it out the way you want it, but a lot of things play a part. So if you got a call after this win and say, hey, listen, this is last minute, but I think we can create a big fight with you and Edgar Berlanga, maybe in Vegas, maybe in New York, after this win. If that opportunity presented itself, would you jump at it?
For sure, yeah. I mean, if everything is right, they're taking care of me the way I should be taken care of and things like that, then of course, hell yeah, I'd for sure be willing to fight anybody.
Okay.
I know. Saying some people might think I'm not ready. In my heart, I think I'm ready for all these guys, and I know regardless who I go in there with, it's not going to be an easy night for them, and it'll be a fun fight for sure.
Yeah, well, in boxing, everybody says, "Oh, he's not ready," until you're ready, until it happens. You know what I mean?
Right. You never really know till you step in there. So let's talk about Enrique Collazo. Normally, you're way taller than everybody. You barely got him by a couple of inches. So did you have to find sparring partners that height to spar, or it didn't matter to you?
No. There's plenty of guys here who are about my height. I have my little brother who's in camp with me as well. He's 6'5". So, you know what I'm saying? I get great work. Height doesn't really matter. You know, I feel a lot more comfortable with guys who are closer to my height than guys being super short, you know, with and things like going to the body, you know, using my angles. You know, sometimes with the shorter guys, it's a little harder to use angles on the inside, you know, things like that. So, yeah, I feel like I can use my full arsenal with guys who are closer to my height.
You know, speaking of your height, you're only 21 years old. When it comes time to compete for a world title, do you think you still will be at 168 pounds, or do you see 175 in your near future?
I think 168 is still for 2-3 more years, and then but for sure I'll move up to 175 eventually. You know, I'll walk around like 180, 182. Oh wow! You know, not too heavy. So yeah, I make 168 comfortably, but I know you know, as I get older, my body's gonna keep growing, and obviously I go up to 175, maybe even heavier.
Could you make 160 if there was a big fight for you?
Yeah, hell yeah, I can make 160 for the right for the right thing.
All right, man. Can we get a prediction for your fight against Enrique?
I think it's gonna be a spectacular performance by me. I think I will stop the guy. I don't know what round, but
come on, give us a round. Give us a round. We like getting round predictions, man. Like the Ali days.
I'll say maybe between 4 and 6.
4 and 6. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we'll be in Vegas. We'll see you there front center, man. Good luck. Stay focused and see you soon, champ.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me on. I'll see you guys in Vegas.